Hey guys, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh. It's Tuesday, June 3rd, about 8:21 p.m. We're looking at my Sniper Pro Scanner overview PDF file here. And if you don't have this, you definitely want to get this. Um, if you scroll down here, you'll see that I have this brand new 15-minute entry strategy using higher time frame confirmation. There's basically 6 conditions here that need to be met before you can take a trade. They're all spelled out for you right here in this document. Here's the video right here that goes over them. And then, of course, underneath here, I put trade ideas from June 1st, trade ideas from last night, and then we'll do another video here, put it down here. And we'll do this for a couple weeks so you can get an idea of how this strategy works. Here's an overview video here by Brandon Boyd, guys. If you haven't gotten started in Jifu yet, keep in mind that we have that special discount link. This link was supposed to expire May 19th. It is good. The link is still working, and they're saying that it's going to be good until tomorrow, June 3rd at midnight. Okay, so tomorrow, they initially said June 3rd, but now they're saying Wednesday at midnight, so that'll actually be June 4th. This link will expire. Now remember, this link isn't available to everyone. This link was given to our community because we were moving a large amount of people over from IM Academy to Jifu. Okay. Michael Angel Martin, the leader of our community, requested this link to get $50 off. And then he requested it to be extended because eventually, as you guys probably know, what happened was IM Academy ended up getting shut down. Okay, they got shut down. So he got them to extend the time for this $50 off link. Okay, so if you guys are going to sign up, you need to do it now so you can save the $50. And then, since you're watching this video, you get in touch with me. I have another $50 bonus for you. You have to ask me about it to get it. Okay, so let's go into Jifu and let's look at some of these setups that set up today here. I kind of go in here at night and I look for some setups that meet the criteria, right? The 6 conditions that we are looking at. And last night there was a really good trade in AUDNZD. And tonight we actually had another, right? We had another. Keep in mind now, AUDNZD here is bull is bearish on the higher time frame trend. That's why we have the red flag there, right? You see price below the 800, the 50 below the 200. If you don't understand what I'm saying here, guys, you have to watch that video on the PDF file. Okay. So now here we go. What happens here is we get a scorecard candle right here. Okay, a +6 scorecard. Price does move into the Bollinger Bands here. I like to see it move into the upper part, but it is inside the Bollinger Band here. We have a +6 scorecard. The first problem is we have a gray candle. So we can't enter on a gray candle, right? And although we have a gray candle, we have real-time diversions here, right? We have 2 crossover dots, and our trend is bearish, okay? So everything was met here except for the candle color, okay? So since that candle color wasn't met, you could enter the trade if you get a good candle to enter off of, okay? Of course, the next candle's no good, but here's a nice impulsive candle right here that you could potentially enter this trade off of, and we have a red sniper arrow above it. Again, the trend is still red or bearish here. So you can actually enter this trade here, right? And again, you want to make sure that you're getting at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward on the trade. So if you would enter your short position here, we know that our stop loss has to go all the way up here. And if we take this trade down to take profit too, that's only going to give us a 1 to 1.35. So that means we have to look over to the right here to find the next pivot point. And so this is the next pivot point. And if we pull that down to there, we end up with a 1 to 1.69. So this is still not good enough for us to take. So what we would have to do is we would have to wait for price to come back to the halfway point of this retest zone in order to get in this trade. Okay. But it met all the conditions except for the candle color on the scorecard candle. But then 2 candles later, you do get a nice candle that you can enter off of. The problem is you don't get a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So I wouldn't want it. Me personally, I wouldn't want to take this trade, but this could still potentially be a good trade to take. Okay. Now there were, I think, a couple I found here. I think there's one here tonight where all the conditions were met. GBPUSD. And so on GBPUSD, we have an 8 scorecard candle. That's pretty high, right? Price comes down into the Bollinger Band, into the second Bollinger Band, into that deeper pullback area, right? Look what we have here, guys. We have a Super Sniper blue arrow, and we have a gold candle. Gold candle is a double confirmation, guys. So if we look down in the Sniperator, we see that the trend is blue. Okay, so we have all 6 of our confirmations, right? We have the higher time frame trend, right? In GBPUSD, if we look at this here in trading view, because we like to use the 3 moving averages to determine which way the trend is going. So you can see here, price is way above the 800, the 50 is above the 200. So the 4-hour is bullish. So we have the 8 scorecard candle. We have the blue Super Sniper. We have the gold. We have price in the Bollinger Bands. And we have the blue trend line. So this was all good to take a trade here. Right? We can see where our invalidation area is at. We see our 2 take profit zones. So if we set up a long position when this candle closed, right? And if we took this to take profit 2, we would have a 1 to 161 risk to reward. So if we look over to the right here, we could see that we do have a pivot point way up here. Okay, so if we pull that all the way up to there, that'll give us a 1 to 3.16 risk to reward on this trade. And that is what we would want to take. Now, we would be in this trade, right? This trade actually went off. Let's see what time this candle. This is the 9 a.m. candle this morning. And I tell you guys, what I'm seeing, guys, is a lot of these excellent trade opportunities seem to happen during the New York session. From what I've seen so far, just in a couple weeks of analyzing Sniper Pro here, right? Seem to happen during the New York session. So that's 9 a.m., right? It's a good trade to get in. Now, once price gets through the take profit 2 area, that's where you want to move your stop loss to break even. You could consider closing half the position and letting the rest of it run to your full take profit here, right? Or you could even move your stop loss to take profit 1 if you wanted to, so that you would lock in some profit and just let the whole thing run to take profit 3. So this is one we'll have to look at for tomorrow, guys, and see how it pans out. So I'm going to put this in the trading view after I get off of this video with you guys, just to show you, so we can look at it tomorrow. Now, there's a couple other pairs where scorecards went off, but things just didn't line up. So this is EURCAD, right? We had a blue scorecard candle here, a +4, but look, price doesn't even come into the lower part of the Bollinger Band here. Price never gets in here, guys. So this trade, because of that, That's one of the mandatory conditions. The price gets into the lower Bollinger Band for a buy, and it just doesn't do that. So this one we wouldn't even want to look at. I think there was a couple other ones I did want to show you. This is USD CHF, right? This is another one here. Okay, this is setting up as a sell here. And what do we have here? Well, we could see the price does get into that upper Bollinger Band, right? Right here, we have a +4 scorecard candle. The first problem is that our candlestick is actually blue, and we have a blue sniper arrow underneath it. In addition to that, the trend is blue as well. And it stays blue here for quite some time, guys. So really, if you're following this, you certainly have to wait here for price to pull back halfway into that retest zone. And when that happens, guys, you don't want, you see how right here, you see how these two candles close above the retest zone. So that invalidates that trade for me. I wouldn't want to look at this anymore, right? Okay, I can't enter the trade here because my trend is straight blue. So I can't take a sell. My candles are blue or gray. My sniper arrows are all blue. So I don't want to take a sell here, even though it does actually, do a flip here and it's starting to move down now. This is one I would just want to stay away from. Okay, because you're going to find one where everything lines up for you. Okay, this is USDJPY. Okay, and I thought we had a setup here, but we didn't. So that's basically going to be it, guys. I think the one where everything lined up for us was GBPUSD, right? This was the one where all 6 conditions were met on that scorecard candle. And by the way, that scorecard candle was a +8, guys. So there's basically 10 different indicators running behind the scenes in this scanner. And so your scorecard candle can be anywhere from a +3 at the lowest to a +10 at the highest. So +3 means that 3 of these indicators are telling you that conditions are right for price to move up. In this case, we have 8 of those 10 indicators telling us price is going to move up. So this looks like a great trade to take here. And like I said, guys, a couple of these trades I'm going to mark up in trading view so that we can look at them tomorrow. But this is just a quick video giving you the trade ideas that for today, for June 3rd, 2025. Again, guys, I can't stress it enough. I call these trade ideas because these scanners are not made to just give you buy and sell signals. You don't just take a trade because the scorecard candle shows up. That's not how it works. You have to have a trading plan. You have to have conditions, other conditions that have to be met before you can turn a trade idea, which is what the scanner gives you, into an actual trade. Okay. So guys, Bill Soriano from Pittsburgh again. Again, I can't stress enough, guys, if you're going to get into Jifu, you should do it now so that you could save that $50. Jifu normally charges $300 their first month for you to get in. Okay, but today and tomorrow, you can save $50 with my special link. Okay, in addition to that, since you're watching this video, I'm going to tell you that I'm giving another $50 bonus that comes from me. Okay, but you have to get started by tomorrow at midnight. So have a great night, guys. Hey guys, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh, and it is now Wednesday, June 4th. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm gonna kind of run together a video for 2 or 3 days. So you'll be getting to this after you see June 3rd's trade ideas. So now it's June 4th. It's on Wednesday, June 4th. And so this is my Sniper Pro Scanner overview PDF file with the overview videos, right? This is the brand new 15-minute entry, right? With all the conditions, the 6 conditions that you need to turn a trade idea into an actual trade. There's other conditions for extra confirmation. There's trade management. And then there's videos here with trade ideas from each day. So like I said, I have 6-1, I have 6-2. And now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to string like several days videos together so that I don't have to put out a video for each day. I'll just kind of string them together and they won't be that long and you'll be able to watch them. But anyways, always guys, I'm not an investment advisor. Everything I give you here in my videos and on my PDF is for educational purposes only. Forex is risky. You can lose all of a part of your capital. And that's why you should always trade any new strategy or if you're a beginner on a demo account, right? Demo is always best until you know whether or not that strategy will work for you, okay? Past results do not equal future profits. So already, look at this, guys. We got a plus 10 bearish scorecard on AUDCHF. So I just pulled up the Sniper Pro Scanner in Jifu, right? Of course, we have 8 different scanners we can use. I'm focusing right now on Sniper Pro. So we have a plus 10 scorecard. It means all 10 indicators are telling us that there's a good chance the price will move down from here. Now, of course, price comes up into the upper volatility band. We have a red super sniper arrow, right? We have a gold candle. That's an extra confirmation. Of course, for a sell, we would need a red or a gold. We don't want a blue or a gray. Look down here, guys. This is unbelievable. Not only do we have our bearish trend line, which is really the only required confirmation we need after we have all of this up here. There's 6 of them, right? We have the scorecard, we have the volatility band, we have the super sniper arrow, we have the gold candle, and we have the trend, okay? The other thing we need comes from TradingView. We want to make sure that the higher time frame trend on TradingView is bearish, right? And that is based off of those 3 moving averages. Like I show you, can see price is well below the 800 and the 50 is below the 200. So this is definitely bearish. So all 6 of our conditions exist for this trade. We look down here, not only do we have the red trend, but we have real-time divergence right here. This is one of the only indicators that gives you real-time divergence, guys. So that's an additional confirmation. We have the bearish retest. We have a crossover dot. Those are 2 more additional confirmations. This just looks like a really good trade here. So you could take this trade at the close of that candle, and that candle is from, see when that went off today. That candle went off at 8:15 this morning, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what I've been noticing, guys, as I've been doing this is these trades, these really good trades that meet all the conditions of our 15-minute trade plan that I have on my PDF file are all seem to be happening during the New York session. Okay? So look at that. Price has made a strong move downward here. It's gone through take profit 1. So when it goes through take profit 1, right, you don't want to really do anything at this point. Remember, we need to have at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward on this trade. So sometimes we have to use these pivot points over here. So we do have an additional pivot point right here that we could use, this S5, right? So if we would set this up here for you guys, just to show you what this short position would look like, you would get in at the close of that candle, right? And then, you know, the stop loss is going at that red line right there. And so if we pull this down to take profit 2, we have a 1.8, a 1 to 1.8 risk to reward. So that's where we want to come over here and we just want to drag this down to that S5 pivot point, and that gives us a 1 to 2.26 risk to reward. In this trade, we will mark up in TradingView so that we could see what happened with it. Now, there was a trade last night, I think, in GBPUSD that we went over. And we had this marked up here. See if we drop down to the 15-minute. We had the Super Sniper. We had the Scorecard Candle Sniper Pro right here, right? And price moved up here. Just about got to our take profit level, which was set up at a 1 to 3.23, guys. So again, on this one, you would have definitely wanted to sell half your position probably once you were up by 2% and move the stop loss to break even. So you would have banked some money on this trade if you did not get out on that candle right there. So some people, since this is so close, if you're watching it, this was like 11 a.m. this morning, some people will just get out. A lot of times, if it gets that close to my take profit, I'll just get out. So this is AUDCHF, guys. And again, it's about 8:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, June 4th. Okay, so we'll mark this trade up in TradingView so that we can look at it tomorrow to see what's happening. Okay, let me see if I could find another pair to go over here tonight. Just give me a second here. Yeah, well, guys, just found another what looked like a really super trade here in AUDJPY. You can see that it went all the way through take profit 2 here. And as a matter of fact, it came all the way down to that would be take profit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and almost to take profit 8. Okay. And you could just see the magnitude of this trade here. Another plus 10 red scorecard. Price is in the upper, up through the upper Bollinger Band. We're also in a key zone there, as you can see. And that key zone is right here. You can see that dashed line going through it. Look at that. A beautiful yellow candle. And we do have, there's a sniper arrow, a red sniper arrow pointing down. We have the same thing here. The trend is bearish on that candle. We have real-time diversions. We have the bearish retest. We have the red sniper line. We have the blue dot, the red dot. Everything's there, guys. The only thing is, this didn't meet our condition to be bearish on the 4-hour time frame based off of our 3 moving averages. Okay, you can see the price is well below the 800 EMA, which is bearish, but this 50 is still hanging out above the 200. And so because of this, if you were trading with our trade plan and the 6 conditions that you need to take a trade idea into a trade, then you would not have taken this trade. So again, but a very, very, very good setup here. It's obviously bearish on the trend scanner here on both the 15-minute as well as the 4-hour, right? Like the 1-hour is bullish, and that's kind of why you have that situation here where that 50-day is still hanging out above the 200. The 50 EMA is still hanging out above the 200 EMA here on the 4-hour time frame. And that's why back on the 1-hour, you're seeing that the scanner had it bullish here. So that's why we like to have those moving averages in line. Those 3 EMAs, the 50, the 200, and the 800. But this was definitely an awesome trade there. That was definitely would have been an awesome trade had that lined up for us. So that was AUDJPY, guys, and that trade would have went off at, let's see what we have here. That trade would have went off at the same time, 8:15 a.m. this morning, Eastern Standard Time during the New York session. Okay. So that's 2 here. Let me see if I could find any more. So here we have AUDNZD guys, and this we know is going to be bearish here on the 4-hour time frame, right? There's price below the 800, the 50 is below the 200. So we have a +6 scorecard candle, right? We have a red, we have a so we have a red candle there with a but we have a blue super sniper arrow underneath it, not a super sniper arrow, but we have a blue sniper arrow underneath it. So we wouldn't be able to take that trade. Um, we look down here, we are red, we are bearish here, but since we're not meeting all of the conditions, we would have to then wait for price to come back to 50% of this retest zone and see what happens. So that's AUDNZD. Okay, so I got sorry about that. My recording kind of got cut off here. So I was on AUDNZD. I was showing that we did have the +6, we had the red candle, but underneath that red candle, like I was showing you, we have a blue sniper arrow. So that is no good. And so this is one where you would have to wait for price to come back to the halfway point of your retest zone here. These trades, from what I've seen, guys, these trades just don't work out as good as the ones where everything lines up, where all 6 conditions line up on the scorecard candle. Those are your best trades. Those are the trades you want to focus on. So if you're looking to do one trade a day during whatever session you're trading, whether it's New York or London or whatever, if you're looking for that one magical trade a day, you're going to want to focus on those. Now, if you can't find one of those, then that's where you need to, wait for price to come back to the halfway point of this zone here. And then it's very important that you don't get a candle closing above the zone. So that would invalidate the setup, okay? And then you just have to wait for a good candle to enter on, right? And yeah, that's the trick with waiting until price pulls back to that halfway point in the retest zone. So let's see if we could find at least one more. I like to show you about 4 or 5 pairs each night with this scanner. I wanted to show you this one. I wanted to show you CADJPY, and now we have something here. This must be they must have changed something. I'll have to check with John Oliver, but it used to be that the scorecard candles were from a minimum of +3 to +10, and right here we see a +11. Okay, so we get a +11. We have a red super sniper arrow under, above this gold candle, very impulsive gold candle. We have everything we need here. And like I said, these are the best type of trades, guys. In addition to that, we have real-time divergence. We have a bearish crossover dot here. The only thing is, just like AUDJPY, this one just isn't quite in that full bearish mode yet. Okay, it's just not there yet. So, we may have to think about, making an exception if we have a scorecard candle that is very high, like higher than a +8, and we have real-time divergence, right? Because this real-time divergence is really an extra confirmation. But again, if we follow the trade plan to the letter here, we do not have all 6 conditions met, right? To say take a sell, we need a red scorecard candle. Price was in the upper Bollinger Band. higher time frame trend bearish. Okay, using the 50, 200, 800 EMA. Red or gold candle, red sniper area above, or red sniper, super sniper area above. And a red dash trend line in the sniper oscillator. So looks like a really good trade, guys. And again, it went right down through. Okay, so we may have to make an exception to that trend if another thing that's pretty interesting here is the trend here on the sniper later on the 15-minute, I mean on the trend screener here is bullish. So that's kind of odd, but the 4-hour is bearish. So again, everything lined up except the trend. And this one went straight down through again. It went down through take profit 3, take profit 4, take profit 5, and take profit 6. And if you look here, it tells you exactly where to exit your trade right here, right? Notice how I tell you, you probably would have been out long before that. But one of the trade rules here is, let's see here. Consider exiting if you get a super sniper arrow going the other way. Exit the trade if you get a scorecard candle going the other way. So right here, we get that super sniper arrow going the other way, and it's actually a gold candle as well. So if you were not out yet, you would definitely have gotten out when that candle closed. Okay, and that just ran into a lot of profit, guys. So that was a really good trade. Again, another one that, if we followed our exact trade plan, we would not have taken that one because of the fact that on the 4-hour time frame using our 3 moving averages, we don't have a clear bearish trend on the 4-hour. Okay. And that would be very that would be very what's the word I'm looking for? Well, you could see how you have a good bearish trend here, but then price pulls back, and price has to pull back to get to these different supply and demand zones, and sometimes that moving average that 50 will pop back up above or back down below the 200. So let's see if we could find maybe one more here tonight, and then we'll finish it up. Okay, let's finish up with this one. CADJPY. We got a bullish scorecard candle here at +4 on the 4-hour time frame. We are bullish here. Price above the 800, 50 well above the 200. That's what we're looking for. +4 scorecard candle, but the candle is gray, not blue or gold, and we have a red sniper arrow up above it. So that's definitely no good. Price did come in. Price also did not come into our Bollinger Bands, right? It did not come into the lower Bollinger Bands. It's hard to see there. Really hard to see. What the heck is going on there? But anyway, it doesn't come down into the Bollinger Bands, and our trend down here in the sniper later is straight red here. Bearish, 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 bearish. Okay, so that means we have to look for a situation where price pulls back halfway into our retest zone. But what happens is we get this candle here that closes below the retest zone. So does this candle, so does this candle, so does this candle. So that kind of just invalidates the setup for me, guys. But what happens is you do get a nice blue super sniper arrow with a nice impulsive blue candle. The trend does change the blue. So that could be an opportunity to take the trade there. Some people may decide to get in that. But for me, guys, once this, if I'm not in the trade yet and the retest zone gets invalidated like this, I'm just going to stay away from it because there's just too many other setups that are better, right? Let's see if we maybe can find one more here. Far back. That doesn't look good there because EURCAD. Okay, this looks like a good setup that actually just went off. So this one here just went off. You get a +10, you get a gold candle, you have a red super sniper arrow here. Price does get into that upper volatility band right there. It's really hard to see for some reason here. I don't understand. They really got to do something. Make it easier to see this. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. Upper volatility band, it does go up into that upper volatility band, right? Like we said, we have a +10 scorecard. We have a gold candle. We have a red super sniper arrow above that gold candle. And EURCAD, and then we have the red trend. So now all we have to do is check to see if our 4-hour trend lines up here for EURCAD. And it appears that it does not, because EURCAD is bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So this is probably a trade that we wouldn't take. Again, the 15-minute is bearish on the trend screener, 4-hour is bullish. That's why we're getting that 4-hour bullish indicator over in TradingView when we're using the EMAs. So it looks like it's a good setup, but because it's not going with the higher time frame trend, we would stay away from it. But that's a really impulsive gold candle there. There's just a lot of setups here tonight. I've found a lot of them are only in the Euro pairs right now. They went off way back here, right? And doesn't look good though. Let's see if we could find a better one. This is again, there's no scorecard candle there. The scorecard candle's back here. So again, this is one. Let's look at this for a second here. So we have a scorecard candle right here. It's a +3. This is EURUSD. If we go to EURUSD, we'll find that it's bullish on the higher time frame trend. So we would not want to take this down. Okay. It's also bullish here, and the trend screener on the 15-minute and the 4-hour is bullish as well, as you can see. So that's just, we wouldn't want to take that one. Let's see, we got GBP, we're getting to the pound pairs here. Wow, that's a nice super sniper arrow and a gold candle, but there was no scorecard there. Okay, again, we have a red candle here, so that's no good. Red sniper arrow above it. This is one where you have to wait. You have the trend red as well, so you have to wait for price to come back to that midway point in the retest zone. But right here, you get a super sniper arrow going the other way, so that's kind of a bad sign as well. And if we look at GBPCAD, we're going to find that it's bullish, not bearish. So that's good because that is going with the trend then. But this is one that you may want to stay away from because of this. But since you're not in the trade, you could wait for it to pull back to that halfway point and give you a good indication of when it's safe to get in the trade. That would be a very impulsive candle going up with blue sniper arrows below it, preferably a super sniper arrow. And we need this trend down here to be blue as well. So GBPCHF. The +6 there. Let's see what this looks like. GBPCHF on the 4 hour. We have no trend there. So this one, again, the 50 is above the 200 and price is above the 800. So that's no good. This is GJ. GBPJPY. And this one looks very interesting, as you could see here. A scorecard of a +10. The only thing is here, GBPJPY on the higher time frame is bullish. Okay, so again, and also if you look here on the trend screener, it is on the scanner itself. It is bullish on the 15-minute as well. It's bearish on 4 hour. That's interesting. So it is bearish on the 4 hour. And you do have a +10 scorecard candle here. So again, guys, we're going through these, and there could be some situations where we may have to make a decision on how do we determine if the trade's going with the higher time frame trend. Do we look at those 3 moving averages like I like to do, or do we just go to the trend screener and say, hey, the 4 hour is bearish, so let's look to take the trade. As you can see here, this is a very good trade, just like the one in, I think it was AUDJ. Was it how did we get back here on AUDJPY, by the way? Wait a second, what is this? We already went over this one. I thought we were on GJ. I'm confused now. I don't know what happened there. Okay, now this is where we were at on GJ. GJ, like I said, is bullish. Okay. And it's also bullish here on the 4 hour. Okay, so I was on the wrong pair there. Anyway, we have a +8 scorecard candle, a nice big red candle. Although we can't see it, there has to be a red sniper arrow above that candle because there's no blue one below it, right? Down here, price was in the upper zone, obviously. And down here in the sniper later, we are bearish. So this was a good trade to take based off of all that. And you can see the price went all the way down through again. Take profit 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then if you didn't get out there, you would have exited this trade more than likely when you get this super sniper arrow going the other way. So just to recap what we've seen tonight, guys, we've seen a couple good ones that were all 6 of our conditions were met, right? So this is our PDF file, and these are our 6 conditions that have to be met. So we've seen I think 1 or 2 good trades where all 6 conditions were met. And then we've seen, I believe, 3 very, very good trades where price moved all the way through take profit 5 and 6, right? And again, the scanner gives you take profit 1, take profit 2, and then you use those pivot points to determine the rest of the take profit levels, right? And those pivot points are put in there for you, and they're based off of the prior day's open, high, low, and close. Okay, so there's psychological levels of support and resistance. Okay, now we had those three trades that were very good trades, were very high scorecard candles, 8 and above. The only thing was the higher time frame trend on the 4-hour using the 50, 200, and 800 EMAs did not line up. It did not line up. And so if we were following this to the letter, we would not have been able to take those trades. They were very good trades though. So this is why we do this. This is why we do this drill. And I'm going to continue doing this. I really like the Snipulator, and I think this is what I'm going to focus on. There are other people in our community that focus on the gold era scanner, and most of our community focuses on the quantum scanner, which is the scanner that Dr. Josh Lee and Brandon Boyd have, and they brought over from the other company, which was called Impulse Scanner there. So a lot of people are focusing on that. So I'm probably going to focus very heavily for at least the next month or so on this Sniper Pro scanner. And, you know, if we have to make some adjustments to our conditions, you know, based off of what I see and based off of the videos that I post here, then that's what we'll do. You know, that's the whole purpose of doing this drill. You know, we come up with what seems to be the best 6 requirements that you could have, and then we have to take it from there. Okay, guys? So this video I'm going to finish up. I'm probably going to put this video on YouTube tonight, and I might email it out to my list. I don't know. If you guys are on my list, you'll probably get it, or you'll see it on YouTube, whatever, or on other social media sites. But this video is a little bit longer, but it includes yesterday's trade ideas, which June 3rd, and then of course today, June 4th, 2025. And again, guys, this scanner gives us, we call them trade ideas, because you don't just take the trade because that scorecard candle comes up, right? You have to look at your other conditions. You have to follow your trade plan. Have a great night, guys. Any questions, drop them down in the comment section. Whatever, if you're, you know, like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you want to get started with Jifu, if you're watching this and it's still before midnight here on June 4th, then you can get that special link I have that saves you $50. Otherwise, if it's after that, that's going to be gone. Have a great night, guys.